I mean,
Get busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you love it in here. Yeah, you love it in here. Got reviews up in here. We got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell. Oh yeah, 3 clicks like the shoes on Dorothy in here.
what's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am back with another recap and review. Make sure that you like the video, comment down below. I gotta get back to some of the comments from my last video, and subscribe to the channel. I want to say welcome to all of the new subscribers. We are happy to have you here. Let me see if I can give an update. I'm trying to get to 10K by the end of the year. And we got 83 new people here. So welcome to you, 83 new people. Make sure you tell your friends and family about me. Say that there is this crazy black guy on the internet. He's so hilarious. Go check him out. And then when your boyfriend is asleep, get his phone and then subscribe to my channel on his YouTube channel. Let me know if you need his password to get inside his phone. I'm about to recap and review Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16, episode 7 or 8, one of the two. Episode 7, Nashville Hold'em. This is really like a simple episode. We're just moving story along. You need some of these cute little fun things like this, so I'm okay with it. So let's go from the beginning. The way that they edited this was a lot of conversations happening at once. So I'm gonna try to make it as, make it make as much sense as I can. Okay, so first let's talk about the Brit scene. She is shopping with her man for a new car. He does not look thrilled, but to be honest, when I be shopping, I love the idea of it, but then when they be ringing up the item, then I'm like, I don't like that. Okay. She said that it's been a rough couple of weeks. So when was this film? Because she said it's been a rough couple of weeks. Did they stop filming once the thing with Kenya happened? I'm trying to get the timeline. Then she's talking to Mike about the brunch. She says she feels as if Angela was doing a lot. She'll be telling the stories, right? But neither does Drew. She felt like Angela was doing a lot. She was like, she came at me aggressively, and all she was saying was, you don't have a license and you all of this. Girl, she wasn't doing all of that. But Brit saying that it's, to be honest, everything is a lot to deal with, and that she was called an escort. She was called, said that she commits fraud. She was called a porn star. So it's embarrassing. And then she was like, being an insurance agent, there's a lot of red tape. They want her to be squeaky clean. So for Angela to come at her like that, she feels as if she lacks empathy. And she needs to be careful about what's going on, because she heard that her husband had a baby outside of her. But no, she wouldn't like us bringing that up, and she's not going to talk about that. The thing is, really, BTV, if you haven't watched or follow her, she talked about that already. And then there was a clip of Wendy Williams going around saying the same thing. So I wonder how we're going to maneuver it, because she hasn't said anything about that's Charles's kid, this is my kid. So who knows? After that, we get a scene with Angela and Drew. So she said that, hey, girl, thank you for coming. Girl, I spoke to Marcus, and they said that they are not related to you, girl. It's not your cousin. And he said, Drew who? Okay. And she hears Drew. That was a joke, but okay. You know how it was kind of fun when Mia first started on the show, because she was just doing these little lies, and then it became like her whole big life and personality. That's Drew to me. Drew is annoying to me. I cannot take her. I cannot stand her. I don't think she tells the truth, and she's annoying to me. That being said, Angela said that they've been having a rough couple of days with all of the stuff that's happening. Basically, these two are meeting because they both were on Kenya's side, but was a little bit surprised about how Brit acted at the table, the peace brunch. And Drew was like, well, I'm shocked that you say that, because she reached out to me. She wants to go out to eat. And Angela's like, okay, at the end of the day, I thought that I came to the peace brunch with open arms, and I wanted to hear her out, but clearly that wasn't going to be able to happen. So we'll see what happens in your lunch date. Then they talk about what's going on with court, and she says, look, I'm trying to keep the court proceedings sealed. There is something that's missing and not the truth. Okay. But she says she just doesn't want her kids to see everything. Wasn't she already talking about how they had a conversation where the kids are bringing up the magazines or bringing up an article. The kids are already reading everything. What is in these documents that you feel like is worse? Y'all have been on television. Y'all have not had the most loving marriage and relationship on a television screen. You started dating a lesbian and you are still married. Y'all were going back and forth, yelling at each other. You're crying, he's manipulative. What is in these court documents that you're like, the children just can't see it? Anyway, she talks about that and she's nervous for the kids seeing everything. They said, well, what about Porsha? They said that they've talked, they worked, they thought that they talked and they worked things through, but at the end of the day, she's just not going to give Porsha any more of her time, any more of her energy. She has bigger things to worry about. After that, we get a scene with Kelly. She's hosting all of the ladies. I love Kelly. She's a smash hit for me. And good job, you all. Good job. Oh, also what I wanted to say about Brit is that, yes, she was a lot and she was annoying, but she really ain't that bad. I mean, I guess this episode, outside of her whining and crying about what happened with her in Kenya, she didn't really annoy me. She actually didn't annoy me, and she was agreeable. So, either way, we all get to Kelly's house. Cynthia comes in. We hear that Cynthia is dating, but she wants to find somebody who's a million things. She's like, to be honest, it's not really a lot. And she kept going on for minutes. Then Porsha comes. Porsha is weird. She comes into the lady house all by herself. And she's like, hello, girl. First of all, what happened to the security, Kelly? I thought you had security. What happened to the security? So moving on from there, Shamia comes in, she looks good. They all talk about her dog, Shasha. Basically, she dies that dog up because the last time her dog was stolen. Okay, and she said the next time her dog is stolen again, she's going to be able to say, that one's mine. Unless I guess if they shave all her hair off, will you still be able to tell, girl? Not giving ideas to dog thieves, but, Anyway, they talk about the peace brunch. And they were saying how it must have been difficult for Brit because it seems as if, that's what Kelly said, it seems as if Angela and Drew came in already on Kenya's side. So, Brit was probably on the defense. And Porsha said, I can understand that. They talk about Porsha and Drew, and she says, look, she don't care, she's moved on, you could do dump whatever, whomever and wherever. And Cynthia's like, she's saying she's not bothered, but she actually is, but she's the most bothered. If anyone's bothered, it's Porsha. Moving up from there, they talk about Porsha saying, look, at the end of the day, I got a lot going on. I'm not worried about you. I want to have a girls trip, a birthday girls trip, to Nashville. She loves the freedom of Nashville. She's ready to just get out and she wants to celebrate. She also says she is not extending an invitation to Drew because it's her birthday and she doesn't want to be around negativity or people who are being mischievous. That being said, in the same breath, we see Angela extending an invitation to Drew. She says that when they were on the call, Porsha was like, hey, girl, I can't hear you. And Angela asked if Drew was coming. So then Angela said, well, she didn't say no. So that wasn't a no. So she feels like if she can sit across from Brit at a table, then Drew should be able to come to Porsha's birthday trip. My thing is, it's a birthday trip. And it's my birthday trip. How dare you bring somebody that I don't want to celebrate my day with to a function? Very ghetto. Very ghetto. So then Angela, we see a scene about her, talk about her nose job. Her son said, you look like Yoshi. I died. When that little boy said, you look like Yoshi from Super Mario. Looking just like Yoshi. And then we get a scene with Brit and Drew. This seems like it's about to be a fast review. What happened on the show? Brit and Drew, they sit down finally to have their lunch that Drew was talking about. And she says that it was a lot going on that was at that brunch. And Brit, she feels like nobody had her back. Basically, she sees that everybody is understanding Kenya's side, but no one had her back or was empathetic to what was going on with her. I'm calling BS. I can understand her feeling that nobody had her back during the situation. But the peace brunch was never mind, because I guess she would feel upset if nobody contacted me after it all happened. The lady called me a porn star. She put out my nudes, escapade. She called me a fraudster. I think it would be nice for someone to be like, hey, you okay? Especially if y'all walked out. If you walked out of the event because you were so disgusted and you thought that this was distasteful, clearly there was some reaction or emotion that you felt about it. So why would you not just say, hey, girl, I don't even like the girl, but sorry that happened to you. Instead, it did seem like Drew was like, well, this is what it looks like to be, she felt like she was threatened. Girl, but okay. But also something happened to me too. I don't know. Because now I feel like I'm talking in circles. Anyway, I feel like I sound like Brit. Moving up from there, we get Drew saying, like, look, it just seemed weird to me during the months because it seemed like you were trying to celebrate the fact that Kenya's gone. And that came off odd to me because she was like, okay, well, I'm here. She's not. And she didn't like that. So they said, look, we're just going to move past things. And then Drew had the nerve to say, I want answers about Brit's past. We don't know about your present. The nerve of Drew to sit in front of anyone and say, you just got to be clean and be open and tell the truth. Why I got to do it? Why I got to do it when you don't got to do it? And what is the problem? What is this thing that she has? Wasn't she the same one who brought a tape about the pastor doing something with the other girl who was on the show, LaToya, on the show, and she's sleeping with the pastor and the pastor? Why is it with her trying to uncover everybody else's truth, but she can lie all day? I'm so over her. Basically, she like, did you sell the cat? First of all, no, I've done webcams before. And me and my friend, we thought it was fun. We were in our 20s, and we've all done different things, but those to be plastered around, that seems a little weird. Also, I heard that you said that you thought you knew the person in the picture. Well, there were several photos that was up there, and I felt like I knew someone. Girl, how many dinglings have you seen that you felt like you knew the dingling? And is there more information to this story and what you know than you're telling and letting on? Because some of the people are putting together conspiracy theories around you having something to do with it. I thought I knew it. I thought are you married? Anyway, she said that was a joke. Everything's a joke. That was a joke. I'm not Michael Jordan's cousin. That was a joke. Oh, I thought I saw the penis. Oh, sorry. That was a joke. Everything is a joke. Anyway, Drew, Brit was like, well, it's not a funny one because this was really embarrassing. Put yourself in my shoes. She called me this. She called me that. She called me all of those things. And Drew was like, well, I understand because people have come at me, my marriage, my career, who I am. So then why was there a lack of empathy when it came to calling her, reaching out to her? Basically, both was like, look, we both grown. Let's agree to move forward. She said, can you move forward with Porsha? Drew said she's going to sip to that. Moving on from there, you got Drew getting ready for the court date. I feel two ways about this. One, the first, let's get through the scene. They head out to court. I guess she wanted to beat him there. And I guess he got bait and switch because he kept his car there and he took an Uber. Maybe to get her to pay for the Ubers or who knows. Anyway, but she's frustrated that the court case is taking so long and it's being drawn out because she feels as if we should be able to get this over with fast and mediate, but Ralph just wants to fight. She wants to make sure that the court documents stay sealed. What they wanted for this court hearing was that he get out of the house, he pay child support, and give over his financial documents. And Ralph feels frustrated because he's like, I paid for this house, so why I gotta get out the house that I paid for it to buy another house or another place to stay? They're asking her, why do the Why does the field have to stay sealed? And she's like, well, there's nothing in the court documents that are against me. They're all against Ralph. So you're protecting Ralph? Or you? Why is it so serious that they stay sealed? There's nothing that's going to diminish my character. Nothing against me. It's all against him. So then let it come out so that we can move on. The kids already seen it in the media. One of them, JoJo, already brought a phone to him. They already seen what's going on. Y'all on television. Okay, that it's streamed regularly. And if everything is only about him, let it come out. But now that I'm thinking about Drew's past with this show, first of all, she know dinglings just from looking at him on a poster board. Didn't she have that lesbian relationship with that girl that was on the set of Candy's movie? I mean, I don't think she as squeaky clean as she making it seem. I don't know what the lady did, but she seems very concerned about us knowing her dirt. They talk about how this is Ralph's third attorney. So this should go very well. She said that they already had Drew's lawyer already talked to his new lawyer beforehand. So we're going to see how the proceedings are going to be played out. Basically, his lawyer, Precious, his lawyer, Precious, but I don't know. Something about Precious was off to me. First of all, she had all these pieces of paper, all of these documents, all this stuff all over the place. We about to get this together. It was just like, girl, decorum. This is a money grab, and this is all that we see in here, and we're gonna be able to get this together out here, okay? Let's go do this. So then, who knows? I don't know. Precious was ready for. You got one lady with that entire Mama Joyce wig from season 2, and then or Shirley Burlock wigs, and then you got the other one is Precious. Let's go get this money, girl. So basically, the judge ruled that they're going to unseal the divorce documents. He didn't have to turn over his financial documents. He still gets to live in the basement. And so she's lost. So now she's frustrated. Ralph is excited. He's like, I don't have to leave my house. So, okay. And then Drew feels like this is really ridiculous. Why is he treating me like, was there ever love? Did he ever love me? All of this stuff. She's feeling frustrated about it. My whole thing is, y'all remember when Paige was going through a divorce and she packed up her kids and left, girl, as you go to jail? If it's that frustrating, why don't you pick up your kids? Why he got to leave the house? Why can't you pick up the kids and leave? These are questions I want to know. But I ain't never been married. I'm not going through a divorce. I'm not a mother. I don't have children. Well, I did love that he was standing on the sidewalk with his backpack because he had to wait for Uber. He had to wait for the Uber, so he was standing outside. He was standing on the sidewalk with the backpack. I thought they was doing like a press thing. Nah, he was waiting for the Uber. He was waiting for his Uber. So he said that he's happy about how things are turning out, because there's been a lot of controversy around who he is as a person, the media tearing him down and his marriage, and that it's not fair. He's made a lot of mistakes throughout the marriage, but so has Drew. And so we're going to uncover all of that. And I think there has to be some truth in what he's saying, because soon as they was driving away, she started crying like someone died, because she don't want us to know what stuff she's done. We all know that Ralph is a horrible person. And maybe this is if they're going to tear my name down like they have been, then they're going to see you too. Because I feel two ways about this. One, I feel the way about what's in these court documents and, what's going on with Drew and what's not being said and what's being sealed and why she wants all of the seal. And then secondly, I feel conflicted, because if I was going through a divorce, I want to win stuff too. I want to win stuff too. I don't have to like Ralph to also be like, I'll be happy if I didn't have to leave too. And I feel like it's getting frustrating when some people are like, oh, he's so evil, he's so mean. He is all of those things. So he can't be, I guess we look at it as it's at Drew's expense that he's excited. But I guess it's at his expense as well if Drew gets what she wants. I mean, nobody wins when the family feuds. But because I started laughing when he was like, I don't have to leave. Okay, because it seemed like he just want to stay in the basement. Why does he have to be out of the house? They have separate interests. They don't have to see each other. She's going to the studio. She's working and stuff so that he can be there. Why we don't need to get another babysitter. Like I guess you don't want to live with someone that you don't like. I don't know. Just things to make you go, I feel so conflicted about their whole marriage situation. I don't know. Something ain't right. And everything's not being told. And I don't know whose side to be on. Where are the court documents? Somebody give me the court documents. Anyway, everybody's getting ready to head off for the trip except for Angela. She said she overslept or whatever. Who knows? So they get to the house. This went really quickly. They get to the house. They eat dinner. They said that they're going to be going to who asked the question? I think it was Kelly. She's like, you're having a party, you're going through a divorce. Was it hard to plan all of this? Porsha was like, no, I've been traveling this whole time. Girl, a quick little 1-2 clicked in through, girl. It's very easy because I was going on parties with Simon, doing parties and traveling with Simon all the time. So it was very easy to get this done. She's just ready to let her hair down, have fun, celebrate herself, and have some good girlfriend time. But you can't travel with everyone. Some people want to bring down the mood. Some people, you just can't bring everybody with you. And then that was at the time that Angela comes. Oh, wait, sorry. Brit's like, yeah, because Angela, she texted me and was seeing how I was doing. But I'm thinking when we're in person, you don't act like that. So it's really weird. That's when Angela comes in. Angela said, when you walk into a room and you could tell the people was talking about you. Yeah, they was talking about me. So they're sitting down. They're having a good time. Angela says, I would like Drew to come. The nerve. I would like Drew to come to your birthday trip. Somebody said, did she tell you she was coming? When she said, I anticipate seeing Drew, I did like that answer. It's stuff like that. I mean, I anticipate seeing her. I anticipate seeing Drew. Angela feels like she wants them to come together because she feels like she can be the intermediary between the two and broker peace with them. And she says, well, it's crazy that I didn't invite her. So how you going to invite someone else to someone else's birthday trip? You know what this sounds like? Yes, Diana is here, and we're going to stay in your friend's house. Cheers to the girls' weekend. Y'all remember when in Florida, was this season 3? And Kim had that whole house with that man. And Nene, she started inviting everybody to the bachelorette party. Everybody. She was mad that Sheree had someone, that Candy had someone, that Kim had her assistant with her. So that she said, well, then I'm going to go get Diana. Okay? This is what it's giving. It's giving bringing Diana. Either way, so they're talking, and then Kelly was looking at her phone for her stylist because she's like, he brought all my clothes. And Angela said, oh, so you guys were doing some shopping while you were at Neiman's. She was like, yeah. Brit was like, girl, we saw her. She was trying to duck and dodge, okay? And maybe because she was trying to get some surgery. And we did just know that her son called her Yoshi. Maybe she didn't want to be seen in Neiman's Market looking like a Super Mario character. Anyway, after that, they talked about it being the first time that they seen each other since the brunch. She was like, so was the hug real? Angela said, well, I'm not fake. And Brit said, that's fair. Like, she wasn't annoying. Y'all know how we have been annoyed with her? She wasn't annoying. She just wasn't annoying. I don't know. After that, everybody gets up and they call their partners. Drew said she isn't going to be there right now because she just had a really hard court day and she's not in the best headspace. We hear Kelly's glam squad always comes with her. She said she had to, since Brit doesn't have glam, like, why you got to put a lady on blast like that? Since Brit doesn't have glam, I'll let her use mine because she's going through so much right now because she doesn't have glam. So they're all getting ready. Cynthia comes in and says, "Oh, I see that you guys are in a better. I heard that you guys were in a better space." Porsha said that she's just going to be choosing peace. No matter what Angela's doing, she's going to choose peace. But she does feel like Angela's being a very aggressive for peace. She's being very aggressive for peace, okay? Drew said that she's not going to be coming tonight because she's having such a hard time dealing with the divorce. She's not in the best headspace, so she goes to the club. And whose club might you ask? Because of the problems that she's already having on the show with another castmate? Porsha's baby daddy. I don't get Drew. And y'all going up for her. They're excited about a record deal. First of all, that club looked empty as hell. It looked empty as hell. Nobody was up in there. Oh, thanks, big bro. Okay, whatever. So then after that, we get to the party. She invited a lot of her friends and her sister for one night in. I was thinking, well, what we just saw y'all at the house that was rented. Where the hell are these people staying? Down to the Motel 6 or the Holiday Inn. So after that, it was really fun. They get on mechanical bulls. Is it just me, or was that whoever was operating the mechanical bull was very aggressive? It was going like this. I've been on a mechanical bull before. And I don't remember them doing all of that. Child, they was getting those girls out one by one. They all sit after the mechanical bull. They all sit down and have some food. And they said, "Where's Drew?" And Porsha says, "Well, this person on the end decided that she was going to invite her to my birthday trip." And it's like, "Are you okay with it?" "Well, she pressured me." She said, "I didn't pressure you. That seems aggressive." "Girl, you did. I thought this trip." Angela says, "I thought the purpose of this trip was for us to bring our differences to the table and come to an understanding." No, it's my birthday trip. I thought that this trip was about peace. God, this is my birthday trip. Where is your wings? Did they plump up your cheeks just a little too much? What is going on with you? I love when Porsha said, "What type of glue do you have with your leg?" Girl, she is not getting it. She said, "I'm tired of Angela because Angela is demanding, she's stressful, and she's doing a lot, okay? And you're not understanding what's going on." She's like, Angela says, "Well, talk to me like a 5-year-old. Porsha, I'm going to talk to you as the age that you are. You don't just get to invite people. You're missing the point. You don't just get to invite people to other people's parties." And they were like, "That's a little weird anyway. Why is it such a big deal if she comes or if she doesn't come?" So Porsha has to explain to some of her friends that Drew's working behind her back. She was doing some sneaky things with other people, whoever knows. So she's just tired of it. And Porsha's like, I don't want her. She said she was okay, but now the truth comes out, she doesn't want her there. And then they're saying, "Oh, she's working with Dennis, not somebody who she's working with Dennis." I don't really know how we got here, but then they said that Drew's out here sucking peen. Everybody on this show sucking a little dingly. Now, if Porsha put Drew's picture up and blew it up on the poster board, would she be fired? And how would y'all feel about Porsha and Drew? Would you feel like it's going too far? Because when she said it, Brit was like, "Okay, now we're going too far." What does Drew feel like it's going too far now, saying that she's out here slobbing your baby daddy's dingling? These are questions that need answers. When Drew hears this, is she going to say, "Now I understand how Brit Edie feels"? Because now you're saying that I'm sleeping with him, and then you're purporting out a narrative that I sucked his dingling to get this stuff. This is out of control. I don't know, y'all. Tell me how you feel about the episode. If I was going to rate it 1 through 10, I'm going to give it a 7. They moved the story along. Nobody was really annoying. It looks like these are some build-ups to some things, but overall, it seemed fun. I love a girls' trip. I love them being happy. Nobody's really doing things, and it seems like we're moving along with the piece. Y'all tell me what y'all felt about this. Make sure that you like the video. Please do it right now. Do it right now. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That being said, if you all want to know more about me and everything else I have going on, you can find me on Instagram and on X, on Threads, BusyBlu, no space, no E. You can also find me on Twitch, BusyBlu, where this is definitely not streaming right now. I'm about to get out of here and go get busy, and you all stay busy. Till next time.